One piece where you definitely want to invest in an iron from a wax company. If you try to go to Walmart, you're going to get an iron that is just has a temperature gauge that is not, it's just going to be wild. It's going to be all over the place. You'll go from 110 degrees up to 200, and there's a good chance that you might scorch your ski with an iron like that. So investing in a digital iron is important. It keeps the, just keep that temperature really stable.
What is your typical temperature that you recommend? I mean, I know it needs to be higher for certain.
So for for softer waxes, like a yellow, you can get by with like 110 Celsius. Mm-hmm. For some of these, these harder waxes, like a blue R20, this would be, you're going to want to get the iron up to about 150. Maybe even above. And then at that temperature, you just have to be careful with how you put the wax on and how you iron it in. The iron needs to be moving from tip to tail at all times. And if you can take the ski off and let it rest a little bit and then put it back on and iron again if you need to. But in general, going from the tip to the tail, even with softer waxes, you want about 8 to 10 seconds with the iron. So it's fairly fast. You're moving pretty fast. And I'm not going to do a demonstration tonight. I'll just talk through briefly some of the stuff. But if you ever wanted that, we do some in-depth wax clinics, and we do those starting in December when the snow flies. So if you ever want to come and join one of those, it's a good way to learn. We'll do all the techniques and go through everything, talk through the tools. So some other tools, scraper, this is a must, and that's how you get the wax off after you iron it in. Groove scraper, this is also a must, and these, from tip to tail, you just want to clean the groove out as that wax hardens. Brushes are important, and I brought these two just because having a kind of a stiffer steel or brass or just something a little bit stiffer is good as an initial brush, especially for colder waxes. It'll just get the wax out of the structure quicker, and then you can go to a softer, kind of finer brush like this nylon. I mean, if you were going to get two brushes, these would be a good two brushes that you could use in tandem. And then we got a ton of other brushes downstairs too, and it really comes down to every structure has a depth and a width to it. So we have different bristles for just getting structure out of, or getting wax out of different depth and width structures. So in general, there are fine and coarse metal brushes, and same for the nylon. So I would, if it were me, I'd invest in 2 to 3 brushes, and then you kind of play around with them yourself and sort of figure out how you can use them.